Binge or Bin from Independent TV, bringing you the lowdown on which TV shows are binge-worthy and which ones are bin-worthy. This week, we've been watching For All Mankind Season 3 on Apple TV Plus and ITV2 reality series Love Island.
And we'll introduce you to our pick of hidden gems we think you should be watching.
Annabel!
Jacob!
How are you? You alright?
I'm good. Been watching a lot of TV.
Snap, and we can now talk about it together. Isn't that good? Yeah.
Let's dive in. What have you been watching?
I've been watching For All Mankind Season 3, which is on Apple TV Plus. For All Mankind is a show that's set in it's a reimagined history of what would have happened if the Soviets had beat America to the moon in the 60s, with each season jumping forwards in time. So what's exciting is it's like a record and the needle's coming back down, and another time of these characters' lives where they've gone through life changes that seasons of other shows would show you, but we have to play catch up with them. And I really love that because it adds a sense of tension when you're trying to work out what's happened in their lives since you've last seen them.
We're talking about discovering life on another planet. It'll change our concept of who we are, where we're going.
And season 3 is no different. We are in the mid-90s now. And I think it's this season when you start to realise these characters are characters for the ages. That's a big statement, but they really are. And they're played with such indelible passion by the actors who play them. So you've got Joel Kinnaman in there, Chantal Van Santen, who has come a long way from One Tree Hill. Like she's for me, the star of this show. Chris Marshall, Sonia Walger, who you'll know as Penelope Widmore in Lost. There's lots of really good actors who get really stuck in and clearly have a lot of passion for the material. TV enthusiasts will be excited to know that For All Mankind is a show from Ronald D. Moore, who is the man behind obviously the most recent series of Battlestar Galactica, which is a show to tick off the list. And I should say he created a show with Ben Nadivi and Matt Wolpert, who actually write and direct a lot of the episodes this series. The runaway area that this show is such a success in is detention stakes. Now, this show can be half an hour of great character drama and turn into the most tense disaster space film. For All Mankind, every episode does not get it wrong, doesn't put a foot wrong. This is a show that in decades to come, I think people will be going, we really missed the boat on that one, didn't we? We really weren't talking about that as much as we should be.
Is it the kind of thing that you have to watch like the previous series, or can you just dive in season 3?
I would say you got to watch from the beginning just to follow the trajectory.
Well, we're off to a good start. Is it a binge or a bin?
Probably one of the most enthusiastic binges I'll give.
It's only the beginning.
I mean, I'm going to throw it over to you now, and I don't know if whatever show you're going to talk about has got a lot to live up to.
Yeah, it has a lot to live up to and it fails to live up to it. So We are firmly in Love Island season, this hit reality dating show. So we're about a week in now with reality shows. You put in the time and then you reap the reward 4 weeks in, and you care about these people and you can see it happening more. But I just think if you haven't started watching Love Island, do not start. And if you are watching, stop while you can, because it's the kind of show that it just gets its hooks into you and doesn't let you go.
Eat, sleep, crack on and repeat. Amen to that.
Right now, it is on the worst side of Love Island seasons. So for those very few people who don't watch Love Island or don't know Love Island, it is a ITV reality show that started in 2015 and it is now on its 8th season. And I think what was so special about it when it first started is that the premise was so simple but great. It's just you throw 12 hot, young, single people in a villa and then they try and find love or fame or whatever. And at the beginning it was really candid and you just had all of these interesting personalities. Whereas now it all feels really, I think because we're living in a social media age, they really know how to play to the camera and it just feels like a bit of a performance. I feel like it's more of a scripted reality show, I don't know, Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something. And I do think we've kind of passed its heyday. I think we're seeing a show on its last legs.
Is it a binge or a bin for Love Island?
It's a bin.
Did anyone order an Italian snack?
It's not going to sink its claws into me. I'm telling you, I am Love Island through. I promise, I'm Love Island through. I reckon we should
on to
talk
better
about
things.
some hidden gems, which we love to talk about because these are shows that, you know, we have a lot of passion for. My one this week is The Good Lord Bird, which is a Showtime series that aired a few years ago, and it stars Ethan Hawke as John Brown, who is famous abolitionist. He tried to spark a slave revolt in like the 1850s, and while he ultimately failed, he is someone who paved the way for the American Civil War.
The Holy Redeemer, the Man of Trinity.
Now, if this show sounds like it's quite full on, it's like Coen Brothers film amped up to 1,000,000. It's based on a novel that was released in 2013 by James McBride, and it's been brought to life by Ethan Hawke, who is a producer, but also horror producer Jason Blum, which is obviously not a name you'd expect for a show like this. Ethan Hawke is this barnstorming presence. He's amazing. He is forever proving to me that he's one of our greatest actors. And I think he is the reason to watch this show. Show me someone who doesn't like Ethan Hawke and I'll show you a silly person. But The Good Lord Bird, it's got its tongue firmly in its cheek, while also doesn't brush over the horrors of slavery. Really seek it out. Good Lord Bird. It's well worth your time. 7 episodes as well. It's nothing.
Nice and short.
Yeah.
Whatever he believed, he believed. Didn't matter if it was true or not. The old man was nuttier than a squirrel turd.
My hidden gem is also 8 episodes, a mini-series. You've got to love a mini-series. Now we're getting like 2-hour like run times for Stranger Things. I'm all for that short and sweet. It's a good spot. But yeah, my hidden gem this week is Sharp Objects, which is a 2018 HBO miniseries that's based on the novel of the same name by Gillian Flynn, who of course is probably best known for writing both the film and the book Gone Girl, which starred Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike. But for those who have read both Sharp Objects and Gone Girl, I feel like the superior novel is Sharp Objects, and I would even go so far to say that the superior adaptation is also Sharp Objects.
What kind of person does that? Hurt a child.
Doesn't help anything. Riling folks up.
You got 2 mutilated girls on your hands.
Gillian Flynn also had some screenwriting credits on the series for a few episodes, so I think her influence definitely can't be understated. It's 8 episodes and you've got Amy Adams in the starring role, and I think she does some of the best work of her career here. I feel like it's sad, but since this, I haven't seen her kind of reach the same heights. So she plays an alcoholic and a reporter who returns to her hometown to investigate this case. These 2 girls, one who's missing, one who's been found dead. In the process, she's uncovering how these cases are linked to her past. And at the same time, she's gone home and she's confronting past traumas with her mum, who's played by the brilliant Patricia Clarkson, and her younger sister, Amma, who is played by Eliza Scanlon, who I think most audiences will recognize from Little Women, and also you recommended one of your hidden gems a while ago with Baby Teeth with Ben Mendelsohn, and she's great in that. And she is a phenomenal actress, and I think anyone who has read Sharp Objects, the book, will know that Amma is a tricky character to embody, and she just does it really well. There's something very sinister about the show that's not overdone, which I think is what's really important with a story like this. It's a psychological thriller and it knows what it is and it does it really well. It's also the last directorial work of the Canadian filmmaker Jean-Marc Vallée, who also did Big Little Lies, and he died in 2021, and this is kind of the last thing he did, and this is much darker. It's a lot more gritty. A word of warning though, the show definitely does contain some scenes that are hard to watch. There are moments of self-harm as well, but I think it's done really well, and like I said, it's Amy Adams at her best. If you haven't sought it out, I implore you to do so. It's a great thriller.
Someone in this town's hiding something.
Mama says I need to be careful around you.
Thanks so much for watching Binge or Bin. You got a few recommendations there and one very big one to avoid, and you can thank Annabel for that. Join us next time for some more recommendations. Like and comment below and subscribe for more from Independent TV.